Yo, we are back. I see some Sylvaneth, some Haas, and then a first-time chatter with Haas. And then Crower said, Haas, that guy. Which was part of the opening song, and so Haas wins. Ahem. I'm a busy parent, says Soothsayer, and I don't have all day to waste on a slow half game. If I roll up to a casual game with a clock myself, not expecting the other person to use it, will you scare people away? Yes. It shouldn't be true, but you will. If you let them know that you're just using it for you, and you're got places to be and people to see you don't have forever, you know, there's some sort of social communication thing that should make it fine. Yeah. It shouldn't be, but it probably will. I think there's a way to do it that will work out, though. Ahem. You're slow and want to get your decision timing down so you can actually finish games. Would definitely communicate your timing yourself to improve. Yeah, then that's fine. Yeah. You know, it's a really social game, this AOS. It's a big part of it. And so communication is easy. And you're not walking around holding a clock, right? You're walking around holding an army. And then after they agree, you're like, I'm going to use a clock for myself because I'm trying to get faster. And also I don't have all day. You don't have to use it. It's fine. And that's like, I don't know. I feel like that would be reasonable, you know? You're glad they put the Tit Demon on the index cover? Yeah, I mean, at least they put a centerpiece on the cover of this one instead of some stupid little tiny guy. Unfortunately, they chose the stupidest thing. These guys, the Fiends. Not a good selling point. Jesus. Alright, battle traits. These looked really bad when we first saw the faction focus. So here's another one. You don't like the Fiends? No, they're so stupid. They're like negative, interesting, negative, cool. There's like nothing cool about. They're so dumb. I don't like the Fiends. Does anyone like Fiends in the entire planet? Like I'm talking the look, not like the rules. Although the rules have always been kind of bad. They're crab hands with half and half 70 tits. Centaur-like, with anteater heads. It's like a 6-year-old drew the concept of it. And then mom didn't put it on the fridge, and somehow enough people okayed it that a real company made models of it, which blows my mind. Holy. Anyway, look, there's no accounting for taste. Opinion's my own, but if somebody in chat likes them, you would be the first person I've ever heard of in my life to have. Somebody has to, I guess, on the planet, but it's very rare to find them. A diamond in the rough. Having just assembled more flamers, yeah, some even worse looking stuff, sure. It fits the Slaanesh bill. What stuff that looks terrible? Generally, yeah, I guess, unfortunately. But some of the stuff is cool-ish. You like them? Don't judge you. I don't judge you. I judge the Fiends. It's easy. It's simple. I don't judge the person. I judge the model. Or the art, or whatever, the idea. You could have a lot of reasons for liking something. Kale Shield thinks it's a big prime for 10 months and then 17 months. Appreciate it. You like them better than the Slangor Fiend Bloods? I don't think I have an opinion on which is worse. They're both bad to me. I guess the Fiend is worse, but the Slangor Fiend Bloods I don't really like either, so I guess I don't have a horse in this race. Both look pretty bad to me. You looking better than the new Blood Angels? Geez, what's worse, being offensively awful and really stupid, or just very boring? Usually boring is worse, but there's a level of dumb that probably exceeds it. I think they're worse. You mean the new old Stormcast? The new Liberators? Don't like them either. I swear I like a lot of things. You just keep bringing up the things I don't. Anyway, let's talk about these battle traits that I also don't like. Ahem. Start of the battle round. What is Euphoric Killers? While a friendly unit has the Euphoric keyword, it gets crit 2 hits, which is okay. It's equivalent to a +1. And you can run and still shoot and charge. That's good. That's a good... Hey, Euphoric. That's a good buff to have. Nice. How do you get it? Pick up to 3 Hedonites or Slaanesh units to be the targets. As we will explain later, this is a lie. You pick 1. They have the euphoric keyword for the rest of the battle round. You choose this at the start of the battle round. So you know, and your opponent knows at the start of the battle round who has euphoric, which is a bit of a downside to it. In addition, for each friendly unit you pick, which is give your opponent 1 temptation die. That's weird. You don't need to put a downside on a battle trait. You don't need to. Everyone gets battle traits for free. That's what battle traits are. And they're buffs for your army. They do things, right? Everyone gets battle traits, and those battle traits give them something extra. You don't need a counterbalance to them, and yet you've been cursed with one. Your opponent can use 1 temptation die to replace a wound roll, a save roll, a ward, or a run roll with a 6. Not just reroll. It should be a reroll, but it's a 6. Or they can use 2 temptation dice to replace 2 of the dice in charge rolls to get a natural boxcar 12-inch charge out of nowhere, and probably rob you of a battle tactic and potentially win the game. So you're never choosing 2. This is a very poorly thought out ability and idea. They want to put some sort of temptation thing in here, but bribery mechanics are bad, and don't do them. Each time your opponent uses a temptation die, they have to roll it on a 1 or 2. They inflict D3 mortal damage on the unit, which was, the roll was replaced, but they still get it. But they still get to do it. It doesn't like, your opponent will always get it, right? So yeah, this sucks. Having euphoric on 1 guy is good. It's a good buff to have. And replacing this thing with a 6 for any one of these is good for your opponent, but not crazy. 2 is crazy. I really think it should have been like a roll, like a reroll instead of an auto 6. But, you know, c'est la vie. Or a chance to fail, or I don't know, just something. It's worth noting that guaranteeing a minimum charge of 7 is still real good. Yeah, but you cannot replace a charge roll unless you have 2. You can't replace 1 of the dice. You can't, if you only have 1 temptation die, you can't just replace like 1 of the 2. Yeah, it has to be both, yeah. That would also be pretty good, though. You're right. It would be good. How do I feel about this? So, sometimes really late game, maybe everyone's already in combat or something, and I could see choosing more than 1 thing to be euphoric. I could see situations where you might. Late game, almost everything's dead, everything's in combat anyway, or something like that. Maybe you pick 3 then. I don't know that there would be a place for you always. I don't know if you would ever pick 2. It's either 1 or 3, and almost never 3. That being said, euphoric is a good buff. Crit 2 hits, run, shoot, and charge. Great. So you're doing it once, but just not twice. Big rule to flavor fail. Yeah. Battle tactics. That was a rough one. Battle formations. What do we got? I'm told Slaanesh is pretty good. Or at least, like, strong as an army, so we'll see. E4 Killers is actually great. An incredible buff. You can move around on a unit. An option to go hard when you want to cripple your opponent when they can't really benefit from the upside. Yeah, you just have to really think about it. Like, if you're going to do 2, there basically has to be no possibility of your opponent ever charging, right? Which you could be in a situation for. It's possible, but probably pretty rare. And it should be noted, weapons have crit 2 hits, not melee weapons. This will matter later. Depraved Carnival. Add 1 hit rolls friendly Cyberite infantry while they are damaged, or if they had any models slain in the same turn. Weird. I hate it. I mean, you'll get it sometimes. It's weird that it's damaged or any model slain in the same turn. I would have said, like, if they are damaged or are at lower than cap, you know? Like, if it's a 10-man unit, if there's 9 of them, something like that. But it's only in the same turn, which is strange. I don't know if I like that. I'll look at it later and see if there's ways to combo with this, because there might be. It's Slaanesh. Reckless Host. Friendly Hedonites of Slaanesh Cav units can use retreat and still charge. That's a strong cavalry ability. Very strong. In addition, no mortal damage is inflicted when they retreat. Nor should it for anyone. It's kind of a bullshit rule. But okay, you get to ignore it. If your cavalry is not a glass cannon, this is really good. You're Slaanesh though, so I think everything's a glass cannon. Again, we'll have to see. Epicurean Revelers. Each time friendly non-hero Hedonites of Slaanesh demon unit is rally, you can make 3 additional. Okay, it's like the gets thing. Supreme Cyberites. Add 3 to the control scores of non-hero Hedonites while they are within the combat ranges of any friendly heroes. Godly ambitions. So this thing right here, combat range of heroes, that's not going to be a lot. Control score buffs I have found as the edition has, as I've played a little more. I was hoping that they would matter, because if they don't matter, then a whole bunch of shit is useless in the game. And I found them to sometimes matter. It's kind of like the old you can't retreat rule. Like, back in the day, there was an ability that stuff would sometimes get that stopped you from being able to retreat from them. Which is an ability that never mattered, and everyone forgot about it. Except on turn 5. When you try to retreat from them to win the game, and then they look down their war scroll and they said, oh, you can't retreat from that unit. And then you're like, oh, because I was about to retreat from them and win the game, but it turns out I can't. So I now lose the game. 100% lose the game because of that ability that never matters. To me, that's kind of control score stuff in 4th. It basically doesn't matter, but when it does matter, boy does it matter. So anyway, that's my spiel on that. So which one of these am I playing with? I don't know. This is a hypo-meter, right? For getting hype. I'm not like hyped about any of these battle formations. You rally a little harder and there's a control score thing and you add 1 to hit, but only sometimes and only sometimes. And then your cavalry can retreat and charge, which is really strong, but only if it's not a glass cannon. It probably is. I don't know. None of this sparks joy for me. it's possible some of it is good. We'll have to revisit it. But I'm not, like, excited, I guess. They can get damaged by the terrain feature. That makes this decent. The one where if you roll a 1, something happens. I mean, it's a terrible ability if played as written. Giving it to 3 units is, yeah, you lose the game then. Actually using it is insane if you in general use it once, as he said. That doesn't make it good. And it's an awful buff. Here, it's an okay buff you are handing out at best. Crit 2 hits is fairly weak. Run and charge is good. But your units have no abilities based unlike others, so you're handing out a buff to, like, equal it out. Oh, I see. It's best on shooting stuff. Yeah, because we found that it works on shooting stuff. But you don't like to spam shooting, which is fair. You think it's either Cyberite or Cavalcade. The others are too niche or low impact, he feels, says Bidasfa. Bidasfa. What did you say? Cavalcade or... Yeah, I mean, we'll revisit them. None of them, like, are very exciting to me. He loves his glory hog. That's a Shenmue joke for anyone. Anyway, never mind. If an enemy hero is destroyed by this unit, it has euphoric for the rest of the battle. Cool. But that's unlikely, right? Into the fray. If this unit charged this turn and the unmodified charge roll is 8 up, okay. Strike first for the rest of the turn. So, if you can look into the future and know that you will pass a big roll and get an 8 up, you could countercharge with it and completely ruin someone's entire turn. If it's on a keeper or something. Switch hats, sure. And then strongest alone. Add 1 to hit rolls and wound rolls for, well, it's more than 6 from all their friendly units. I mean, that's what I want my big combat heroes to be. I want them far away from everybody else, off on their own doing another job somewhere else. All of these are meant to be on, like, combat fighty heroes. So, alright. Without looking at the rest of the war scrolls yet, probably strongest alone. Just because if I'm gonna have a combat hero, doing something, I want it off on its own doing something, unless it's like a synergy monster. Artifacts of power. Once per battle, any combat. Once per battle, any combat. Don't like those already. What about end of turn 1? If any damage points were allocated to this unit, heal 3. Heal 3 every turn is kind of cool if you got somebody that's hard to kill. Straight 3 every turn, not bad. Once per battle, any combat. Pick a non-hero Hedonites unit wholly within 12 of this unit, so you have to be next to somebody. Plus 1 attacks for melee. I mean, it's a good buff once a game. Phrenology voice box, once per battle. For the rest of the turn, subtract 1 from attack characteristic melee weapon used by enemy units while they're in combat with this unit. Hey, if you want something against Troggoths, when those rock guts charge you, and you use this shit, and now they're 1 attack a model, oof. Man, I'm striking out. I'm like not excited by any of this stuff. Maybe it's me. Spell lore. Lore of extra variance. Acidic Stick Spite 6. Pick a friendly Hedonite Slaanesh wizard. Pick a visible euphoric unit. It has to be the euphoric. I forgot about this. So this is not limited. This is explicitly a limited spell. You cast this once. Because you ain't using euphoric more than once. I hate it. I don't like it. Yeah, you upgrade the crit 2 hits to crit mortal. What a staircase you have to climb. How many flaming hoops do you have to jump through to get one good keyword ability on your attack? Alright, so at the start of the battle round, you select one unit, and that's Euphoric, which gives like an okay weapon ability, and then you cast an entire spell that is your whole unlimited spell, but it's just once because you're only going to do that, and then finally now you're Crit Mortal. How do you get Crit Mortals and Gits? Well, you take a 120 unit guy and his squig dog, and you roll a 2 up. Okay. Neat. I don't like it. I mean, it produces Crit Mortal, which is a strong effect, but I'm annoyed by the shit you have to go through. I guess it's visible, at least. At least there's no range on it, right? It's a visible Euphoric unit. Only his melee weapons get Crit Mortal. Which I guess makes sense. They don't want mortals at range. But making it the unlimited spell is, I think, I'm wounded by that. It's insulting. This thing should have been one of your one-of spells. Because even if you're choosing 3 Euphorics, like, pick one, I don't know. I'm annoyed by this. Damn, can they ever get this right? I mean, a 6 is nice, at least. It's a 6, that's good. Overwhelming Acquiescence, 7. Pick a friendly Hedonites or Slaanesh Wizard. Visible, 18. Add 1 to wound rolls for attacks to target the next enemy unit until the start of your next turn, okay. Okay, so we have to target the enemy, but that means you can dogpile them, right? Cast on a 7, it's a little hard, maybe. We'll see. 18 is a decent range, though. I mean, +1 to wound rolls and then dogpiling, that could be good. Phantasmagoria 2, A Puzzle of Flesh for Windows 98. FMV game. Cast on a 5, too. Pick a friendly Hedonites or Slaanesh Wizard. Pick a visible enemy unit within 12 of them to be the target. That's really short. Don't like it. Until start of your next turn, each time the target is picked, use fight before reactions are used. Wouldn't this be a reaction, though? You can pick a friendly unit in combat with it. The friendly unit can move to 2d3. It can pass through combat ranges of other units and can move in combat. So you cast Phantasmagoria on some enemy. Let me see if I got this. Alright. You cast Phantasmagoria on an enemy. Somehow you got a wizard within 12 of them. And then later, that enemy, whatever, it charges you, or it charges somebody. It gets in. Alright, now it's time to fight. And as a reaction to that fight, because that's really what this is, however, before reactions are used, you pick the friendly unit that they were about to fight, and then let's say you roll hot, right? You roll 6, and you can get out of combat. And now the fight ability doesn't work because they can't fight because they're not in combat. And you just saved, you did the electric slide, you know? You gave them the shibbity whoop straight out of combat. But only if you cast it and it wasn't unbound and within 12, and then later there's only 1, and then you actually roll high on this thing. Because you could roll a 1 and a 2 and then still nothing happens, right? No, even if you roll a... Hold on. No. Even if you roll a 6, they still move 3... They still pile in 3 and attack 3. So they can... It's questionable whether they can get you on a full 6 or not, but... If you roll a 5, like, it won't work. The spell happens after pile-in. Does it? It's weird that they don't use Declare. Had they used Declare, it would be easy, right? But they say picked to use a fight ability. That's the word that they used here. So now let's go to the rules. Okay. Where's my fight ability? All right. Any combat phase fight. Declare. Pick a friendly unit that is in combat or that charged this turn to use this ability. So it's part of declare. Each time a target is picked to use a fight ability. So it seems like you aren't done declaring, you've started to declare, and then before reactions are used. So this is before piling in. Yeah. Pick a friendly before reactions. I would say that as it reads, because it doesn't use the language declare, it says pick, which is only the first part of declare, and it says you can't react yet. As I read this, you pick a unit, then you can move, then they do pile in. Then if you're in combat, you can do a resolve, but, you know, after that part of the declare, then you use reactions, as I read this. So because this happens before piling in, I don't think it works how they want it to work. Almost no matter what you roll on the 2d3. But this is definitely an FAQ, like, we're going to have to clarify that. If you're not within 3, they can't pile in. Yeah, but they probably charged, you know? But if they didn't, then sure. When you look at fight, the declare has 3 steps, which finish and then this happens. Yeah. It's just they could have wrote when they declare a fight ability, which would then work with all 3 of those things, but they didn't say declare, they said picked, which is only the first part of declare. Now, there's no implication that you can do things in the middle of a declare. Probably things have to resolve or react afterwards. But they went out of their way to say before reactions. It's a mess. Fix it. I don't care. I don't care, just fix it. It seems like they want you to be able to yeet out of combat before you're attacked. Right? That seems like what they want it to be sometimes, maybe. What a mess. Is this the worst spell lore? I'm not saying for, like, power. I'm just saying for, like, fun. I don't know. You think the reaction clause is because they wanted it before AoA and AoD? Maybe, yeah. I mean, there's a way to write this that makes a lot more sense. Yeah. I think how this will end up working, because it probably couldn't go any other way, especially if they're trying to be consistent, is how this will end up working is you do the full declare, however, before other reactions you do this, just so you don't waste the command, you know. So they finish their pile in and you don't have to roll as high to sneak out of combat. I imagine that's how it'll end up working. I would have just said the declare word. You got these words that mean something codified, right? So, you know. Until the start of your next turn, each time the target declares a fight ability. And, right, once they've declared, that's the whole thing. However, you know, before reactions or something. Anyway, moving on. I don't care. Crit Mortal's good, but it's melee only. You have to jump through too many hoops. It's unlimited, and that's, like, kind of insulting, because it's really only one, you know? Anyway, spell lore sucks. It can do some things, but it's not, like, fun, I guess. That's my point. I don't think. And now we go to the manifestation lore, which has been a total waste of time, every one of these indexes I do, because we talk about the manifestations a little bit, and then I ask people what they play with, and then everyone says Morbid. But something will happen to Morbid, and possibly even manifestations as a whole, and so it helps to at least know what this stuff does in passing one time, right? Dreadful Visage. 8/6/6. It has some attacks. 6-up ward. Looks kind of funny, actually. Flensing Tongues. Pick an enemy unit in combat with it to be the target. So kind of like a rampage, maybe, in combat phase. 6 dice, each 4 up, inflict mortal damage, so 3. If any models are slain, the target has strike last. That's strong. If you put something else into it, and it's any combat phase. Alright, that's kind of cool. Oh wait, no, you can't. Sorry. You can't actually use commands on manifestations. You can't, like, in other words, you can't do this on your opponent's turn unless they fully allow you to. And so this becomes a lot worse to me. Mesmerizing Mirror, which is your terrain feature. We'll get to that in a second. Or no, it's not, sorry. Fane of Slaanesh is your similar looking from when you're only looking at half of it one. 6/5 dash with a ward. Reaction. Opponent declared a move for a unit wholly within 12 of this manifestation. Might... Alright, okay, maybe. Maybe. You have to declare it wholly, so you had to get wholly before, and then now they had... So they have to be close to this thing like 2 turns in a row. If that enemy does not end the move closer to it, inflict D3 mortals on it after the move ability has been resolved. I mean, maybe they're charging it, right? I don't know. Any movement phase. Gaze not into its depths. Pick an enemy unit within 6. Inflict D3. Then add 1 to hit rolls for target's attacks for the rest of the turn. Why are we helping them? Why do we help our enemies in Slaanesh? How come? It's hard to represent temptation in rules without falling into the browbeat trap. But I don't think we need to give our opponents bonuses. Look, if you could target your own guys with this, you would. You know? I'd take a D3 mortals to get +1 to hit sometimes. I would sometimes do that. I would give 2 of my opponent's units euphoric if it meant I could get an auto 12 charge. I would maybe do that sometimes. I mean, you would pick their shittiest units for sure, but yeah. Anyway. Oh, you gotta flip it, because you never want anyone to be able to say, I wish I could do this to myself, right? Wheels of Excruciation, and it's not just putting the damn thing together. 2d6, 4/4/01, moves 8. Pick up to 3 enemy units that have passed across on an 8, though. I mean, you'll probably... maybe 1. Roll 6 dice for each target. For each roll that is less than the target's save, inflict a mortal. So you do mortals on people that have bad saves. If they have bad saves, it means the mortals are, like, not as efficient into them, right? Yeah, these are very bad. Possible typo, meant to say add -1 to hit. No, I think they're like, well, you just did a D3 mortal damage to somebody within 6 of this thing in the movement phase, so you got to give your opponent all-out attack in exchange. You know, the things in your book that you're doing and choosing instead of something else, they can't just give you something. They have to have a downside that makes your opponent better. Yeah, these endless spells are awful. Fane of Slaanesh. Cover impassable. 10/4. The Damned Conduit, which I now own one. Oh, it's not on my desk over there. I now own one of these, fully painted. I was given it at Adepticon, which was a sweet story. Pick a friendly HOS unit wholly within 12 of this terrain feature to be the target. Allocate D3 damage points to the target. Ward rolls cannot be made. Yeah, you have to hurt yourself. Then pick one of the following effects to apply. I think like hurting yourself for bonuses, that makes a lot of sense for Slaanesh. It's a good representation, right? Hurting yourself for bonuses. That makes a lot more sense than buffing your opponent for bonuses. Pick one of the following. Add one to wound rolls for combat, one to run and charge rolls, or one to casting and unbinding. Well, I guess casting, right? You have to be wholly 12 from it. Okay.
Good job, King.
It's me, Jupes. Thanks to the tier 1. 32 months. Big. Thanks a lot. The Damned Daniel, yeah. Fail combo as well with the heal 3 every turn relic. It would heal that, right? It would heal it. And I think all of your relics are like bad. So maybe you do that. I can't remember though. Let me check. Once per battle, +1 attacks. Once per battle, -1 attacks. Okay. Yeah, maybe. Unless you're trying to set up some huge big brain combo thing, right? Which, I mean, you could do it. You could do that. Alright, now we've gotten through the hard part, alright? We just read all the battle traits and the formations and the spell lores and the manifestations. And it seems like, holy shit, this is the worst army in the game. No fun allowed. Failure to understand why someone would want this. Failure to represent this and that, blah. It seems so bad, right? But, we had to just get through it. Because I haven't seen them, besides the one in the faction focus. But people tell me that the war scrolls are good and that the army is strong. And so it must be in the things we're about to look in right now. And by right now, heh, well he... Alright. Shalaxi Hellbane. This is the one we saw in the faction focus, if I recall correctly. 5-up ward. I thought we were losing those in this game. Double wizard, you love to see it. And I should mention, as a bit of history and context here, Shalaxi Hellbane has always been so bad, forever. And so it's almost kind of justice that she looked kind of nice. This is definitely the best she's ever been in the game. 16-4-14 is still nice and fast, 5 control. Pole Searcer and campaigning Eyelaws, which almost kind of works. 6-2-3, 2-3, anti-hero, funny, +1 red, and then 2-3-3-2-4. Battle damage, Soul Piercer goes down. You can make her euphoric, right? You don't have to choose a non... Yep, okay, fun allowed. You can choose anybody. You can choose anybody and anything. No companion, right? No disgusting companion keyword, which is the beast keyword of weapon abilities. So you could do crit mortals on this thing if you wanted to. It probably would end up not being the thing that you do them on, but maybe it is, I don't know. -1 from hit rolls for combat attacks to target this unit. In this edition, this is a lot better. This is a lot better than it, at first glance. A lot of people be hitting on 4s now. That's a big deal. Refined Senses, cast on a 4. For the rest of the turn, add 1 to wound rolls for this unit's attacks to target heroes, and add 1 to save rolls for attacks made by heroes to target this unit. So she is a, anti-hero. Your Refined Senses. XX of Violent. What is this? Pick a friendly non-hero. Can use 2 fights? Okay, I thought there was yet another hero thing. Once per turn reaction, opponent declared a charge ability for a hero within 9. Yeah, there it is. There's the other hero thing. Anti-hero. If it's not in combat, it can immediately move 2d6. It just can. You can pass through the combat ranges of enemy units, but it must end within half of that hero. If it does, this unit is charged, and the hero's charge has no effect. Big. Free anti-charge, albeit with a bunch of restrictions on it. Still funny. Once per turn. Dude, she's cool. I don't know if you end up playing her in an army list, because I don't know what an army list would look like. But I think she's cool. This is like fun. Excess of violence. Once per battle. Oh, ew, once per battle. Ew. And it has to target somebody else instead of you. Ew. What do you mean? Anti-synergy with this shit? I thought you were the strongest alone. What is this? What is this has to target somebody else instead of yourself thing? Boo. Anyway, double wizard. 16 4 up, 14 move, 5 up ward, -1 to get hit. Tons of anti-hero abilities. Fun. What does she cost? 490 is a lot. That's a lot. She almost cost 1 turtle unit. 1 TU. And you can bring up a Beguiler, and then you can put anybody in here. What is a Beguiler? An Infernal and Rapturous is a Beguiler. And the Mask is a Beguiler. And then just getting it out of the way. A Dark Egotist is the Lord of Hubris and Pain. Those are both. And then somebody else, I guess, can include them. Glucose and stuff. Oh, so probably Beguilers are... No, I was going to say Mortal and Demon, but never mind. Okay. Anyway, Shalaxi. Cool and fun. Very expensive. Possibly worth it. I don't know. Competitive players will have to let me know on that, but she seems cool and fun. Keeper of Squeakrits. I want like a rat version of this. A Skaven version. Keeper of Squeakrits. 16-4. 12, so a little slower. A little less dam. A little less... Nope, same ward, same wizard too. Okay. Same -1 to hit. Your hero phase, Locus of Slaanesh. Pick a friendly Hedonites of Slaanesh demon unit that started the battle with 3 or more models and has been destroyed. 4-up replacement, okay. So it's free, but it has a high failure chance, and it's only your hero phase, so you keep just trying to roll for it all the time. And it has to be demons, got it. Dark Temptations. Once per turn army. Enemy unit in combat with it, and then pick one of the following effects. You couldn't decide? Add 1 to hit rolls. Wait, pick an enemy unit in combat with this unit to be the target. The enemy unit is then the target. How come I'm giving them +1 to hit? I thought this was like, you get +1 to hit. Add 1 to save rolls for the target. If the target is damaged, heal it. Then add 1 to the damage characteristic of Elegant Greatblade. Which starts at 2. Okay. Okay, so I'm sure somebody submitted an FAQ, but I'm a Magic player, and so you'll have to forgive me on this one. Declare. Pick an enemy unit in combat with this unit to be the target. I choose that unit. That full life unit. Pick one of the following effects. I pick the third effect. If the target is damaged, heal D3. Well, it's not damaged, so I won't heal. Then add +1 to the damage of the Great Blade. There you go. Nice. That is not what they intended, but that is for sure, as I read it, how it works. Clarification clauses here. It's not that you can't target it, it's just that if it's damaged, heal it. That's an effect. As it currently works, I think this is fine. But I'm sure they don't want you to do that. They want you to give it some bullshit bonus for the thing. Your hero phase, 6. Pick up to 3 visible enemy units within 6. Within 6? Hold on. 3 visible enemy units within 6. Roll die for each. If it exceeds the control characteristic, inflict D3 mortals. Roll dice to roll dice to roll dice. And then roll some more dice. If they do make it work as intended, then is it even worth using? Yeah, if you think this will kill it. If you've done the numbers in your head and you think you'll just kill them, then yeah. You pick the +1 to hit, obviously. You never pick the save. It's literally counterproductive, right? +1 damage, but +1 save. You even out at best and possibly get worse. Probably get worse. Yeah, you pick +1 to hit, and then you're like, well, I hope I kill you. Anyway, I guess you can give this one like an artifact and an enchantment and stuff if you want. But that's a whole lot of points for 2 ladies. If you have enough rend, it's fine. Yeah. I don't think we do, though. You add 1 to save rolls, and then they all have defense. So they get 2 armor from that. And you have rend too. So you're breaking even. Oh, yeah, okay. And then this shit, why is this 6 inches? Holy. Why do you have to roll dice to roll dice? To then roll a dice. And then if it exceeds, then you roll a die. And it's some piddly little D3 at the end of the day. Alright. I mean, I'm probably just taking Shalaxi, right? I don't think you're probably not playing 2 giant demons for 500 some points, or almost 500. Almost 1 TU. Sinessa. 10, 5, 12. I mean, I'll look at the points, I guess, right? Here, I'm gonna put this here, because I keep... 440. Alright, so 50 less than Shalaxi. And you can put in a trait and an artifact on the keeper. But Shalaxi is, like, better. Although, her stuff only works against heroes for a lot of it. Remind me what the cool traits and artifacts are. Can we build your own Keeper of Secrets to make it, like, really cool? If an enemy hero is destroyed, the unit is euphoric for the rest of the battle. Yeah, but that's not happening early. If this unit charged and it was an 8-up, you can strike first. That's cool. But if it charged, it can always strike first, because it's your turn. Unless you're off-turn charging, but off-turn charging into hoping to roll an 8? That's 2 command points for a lot. I mean, maybe you do it anyway. I don't know. Maybe you just take it. Maybe you just take it and get into a bunch of combats. Add 1 to hit and wound rolls for this unit's attacks while it's more than 6 from all their friendly units. I mean, that's probably the one you take, right? However, you're already at the max hit, but Impaling Claws going 2s and 2s, and then Wound 3, maybe. And they lost their double pile-in. Double pile-in on Keeper is just gone. So you don't really need somebody near her anyway. Maybe Strongest alone, and then... Pendant, I guess, for healing your stuff because you're a double wizard, but you're going to be far away from your terrain most of the time anyway. I guess healing is good because you're really defensive. Okay. G-Well, thanks for the 5CA on YouTube. Sorry I missed being beginning of coverage. Keeper or Shalaxi. Which one? Shalaxi, I think. Thanks for the donation. I appreciate it. The issue is Cacophonic Choir was really broken in 7th edition. So now it has to suck. Okay. Man, they got... An elephant never forgets, I guess, in that company for some of these rules things. Somebody should let them know that how good or bad something was in the past is 100% irrelevant. Your goal is to make a balanced game today. Not reparations for some goblins 8 years ago. It's to make a balanced game today, where everything is good and fun. And there's rainbows and everybody's holding hands and dancing. Anyway, yeah, I think Shalaxi out of the two. Anyway, Sinessa. What do you cost, Sinessa? 280. She can include any Hedonite. Alright, I think the worst is over. The rats chewing at the internet cords. But I think we're back. Anyway, what was the last thing you guys heard? Thanks for sticking around. Points? Okay. Okay. Damn, I was talking for a long time. Anyway. How's Caradhran? I put them in flawed, and it doesn't... I didn't find the joy in them. It's a hype tier list, you have to understand, not a power level tier list. And it didn't make me want to play him. All you have to say is Balloon Boys are more expensive than Dawn Riders. Yeah, but please consider that Dawn Riders are more expensive than Dawn Riders in the future. And that's a sure thing. Anyway, Sinessa. 10-5-12. 1 wizard fly ward. 18-3-3, 1d3 shooting combat is kind of nice. I kind of like it. Once per turn army, any combat enthralling. Pick an enemy unit that charged this turn. Ugh. And is in combat with this unit. 3 up, -1 from wound rolls for the target's attacks for the rest of the turn. Okay. Voice of Slaanesh. Pick a visible unit when within 18 of this unit to be the target. If the target is a friendly unit, add 5 to the target's control score for the rest of the turn. Good. Good. When it's good, it's good. When it doesn't matter, then obviously it doesn't matter. Target, yeah, -5. Cool, cool. Nice. End of any turn. Both turns. 18. Only within, not even... Alright. The mainstream media won't show you that they're trying to silence me. Damn, it's been flickering on and off. I'm gonna keep going, but if the scryer rats keep DDoSing me, we'll see. Anyway, what did you hear last? I was cooking. I said cool stuff. Anyway, you almost bought their book from the last edition. You're gonna start collecting more. Roster is The roster is bouncy, vicious animals, giant spiders, massive idiots, and little duggos. Gets is the most Australian army. I was just going through all of this lady's ability. And hype list last, okay. In Throwing Splendor, it only works if you get charged, which kind of sucks. 3 up, -1 from wound rolls is a debuff. That, you know, any debuff is good, so fair enough. She's not a fighter, so having a defensive combat rampage is decent, right? Voice of Slaanesh is good. I like it. End of any turn, works on both. Visible unit within 18, not even wholly within for the enemy. Plus or minus 5. Control score is 5 is a lot. And control score doesn't really matter, but when it does, it matters big time. So good range, works on both, could run a battle tactic. I like it. Progeny. And if you take both of them, she's a double wizard. As long as they're alive. Dexessa is 240 and Sinessa is 280. So like 5 something. Yeah, okay. So more than a turtle unit. And then Whispers of Doubt. Also, I kind of like the ranged attack. 18, 3-3, 1d3, shoot in combat, kind of like it. Fly, ward 5 up. Whispers of Doubt, 7. Pick a visible enemy hero within 18. Ooh, has to be a hero. Add 1 to hit rolls and win rolls to combat attacks to target that enemy unit for the rest of the turn. Potentially you can hilariously dogpile some centerpiece wizard or like a battle barge kind of buff wagon thing. But it is kind of limited in that it can only target a hero. I don't know if she's worth it, probably not. Because you're already spending a lot on Shalaxi, maybe. But she does some, like, neat stuff, I guess. It's all just kind of little stuff. I guess it's not little stuff, but yeah. I don't mind her. I don't know if the points are right, or if you're even going to do it. And then the pair. Oh yeah, that's right. This one's not a wizard. Okay, so that kind of makes it. You get 2 wizards out of the deal if you take both of them. 10, 5, 12. She has some attacks as well, but not really a fighter. End of each turn, Joyous Battle Fury. If any enemy models are slain by this unit's combat attacks this turn, heal D3, then place a Battle Fury token next to it. Oh, a token, huh? Add 1 for each. Oh, until the end of the next turn. Okay, I thought we were juicing her up. For each token it has until the end of the next turn. It doesn't say you remove the tokens though, right? I guess it's part of the effect. You know, it's part of the effect, right? Alright, I think I know how this is supposed to work. But stop me if I'm wrong. You never remove the tokens, it says, right? You don't remove the tokens. But you only get the bonus underneath the effect up here, right? So you keep them forever, and then if you ever kill something, it turns it on until your next turn, and suddenly you have 1,000,000 extra. And yeah, you only benefit it once you've killed something, and then on the opposite turn, you get like 1,000,000 extra or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's how it works. Which is kind of weird, but also kind of neat that it maybe works like that, I think. I don't know. This is an FAQ question for sure, I think. While she's on the battlefield, subtract 1 from hit rolls, target this unit. Good. That's good. Because a 5-up save was kind of yikes. Fleeting Dance of Death. You can charge even if you retreat. Cool. Strong. Well, it's an ability, so you can use it whenever. Oh yeah, I guess so. There's no declare, is there? Healing and placing the token only happen if you did this, but then down here, this just happens? I suppose you just keep activating it. It's strange that it doesn't have a declare, yet really feels like it should. It should have a declare. Anyway. Redolence of Volence. If it charged, pick up to D3 other friendly non-hero demons within 12, add 1. Nice, okay. I don't know, but kind of neat. I would want to, like, try to play with these and see what's going on. Maybe the 5-up save just kills them or something, but... weird and kind of neat, and probably they don't find their way, I bet, into any, like, serious lists, but I'm interested in, like, how they play out, actually. Interesting. And then Sileski, what do you do? 250. 948. Ward 6, Infantry Wizard. Cool. 250 for a Wizard 1. Damn. What else can you do? Some attacks. You got some attacks. 10 of them. 10 weird attacks. Deadly Symbioses. Pick friendly non-hero Cyberite unit. And a friendly non-hero demon unit. Both units must be wholly within 12 of each other. Okay, so you actually need both of those. You can't only have one. For the rest of the turn, if either target uses all-out attack or all-out defense, the other target can also use it. Okay. Each time you make a non-modified save roll 6. Inflict 1 mortal. Okay, whatever. Subvoit. Visible enemy within 12. Ew. Can I use commands? Okay, yeah, I never. Not once, not ever. 250? No. The Contorted Epitome. The Epitome. 4-up ward, there it is. Wizard 1. Wizard 1. The things we've lost. Opponent declared a command or retreat for a unit in combat with this unit. D3 mortal damage, funny. Swallow energy. If you make a successful ward for this, add 1 to its power level until the end of your next turn. Cool. How do we do damage to ourselves? Wait, hold on. Is fun allowed? Can I have fun? Ward rolls cannot be made for this. Fun detected and against the law. Okay, no fun allowed. Oh yeah, it's an enemy unit only. Okay. I was about to have fun, but I forgot. Yeah, no fun. Can't do it. Well, what's the Contorted Epitome? What are you at? 200. Damn, that's a lot. That's a lot. The Contorted paid for its sins in third. No sins detected. It was just kind of good. I don't know. It's just kind of good. Is that so wrong? Feign detected. Ward 4, though. Yeah, Ward 4 is cool. but I'm looking at this, and this is a wizard 1 with a blank war scroll and a 4-up ward. I'll take a wizard 1 without a 4-up ward for 110. And if it's 130, I expect a spell on the war scroll. I don't know. Infernal and Wrap 2 Riz. Unless there's a combo so that you can always make it a wizard 2, because you're paying for wizard 2 with 200 points, but you're not really getting it always. Unless there's some way of dealing damage to yourself combo in here, maybe. Infernal and Wrap 2 Riz. What a cool idea for a model. Damn, I wish Slaanesh was more like this and less like ant-eaters with 7 tits and a horse goat. Anyway. Heartstring Laya. 12-2-2-3-2-D3. 3-3-4-1-1. Oh, that's right. You're not a wizard, are you? What do you do? Once per turn army reaction, opponent declared a spell for a wizard within 18 of this unit. So probably not. Later game, yes. If the casting roll for the spell... Oh, you just have to re-roll it. So if the spell fails, obviously you just don't. But if 2 or more dice in the re-rolled casting roll have the same value, or if one of the die is a 6, inflict D3. After the effects have been resolved. Oh, it doesn't even stop it. It might stop it. Nope. The Mask. The Endless Dance. Wait, was this once per? It's once per. The Mask. 4-up ward, nice. 6-3-4-1-2. Remove this unit from the battlefield, set it up again more than 3 from enemy units. Deployment phase. You get to place this more than 3 from all enemy units, just right next to somewhere. Staff of Masks, any hero phase. Pick one. Add 3 to the attack characteristic of the things or heal. It'd be cool if your army had like Blood Tithe or something. What do you do with this thing? In deployment, you can put it right next to some enemy. Right? And then she can like countercharge maybe. I'm trying to think of the use cases for this. You could put her next to their like stupid flappy 100 point BT guy, you know, and then just place her there and countercharge it and kill it, and they can't do the one battle tactic maybe. She's a 4-up ward. She's probably annoying to kill, actually. Any hero phase, she could be at 9 attacks with this stuff, which does something. Or heal it. If her price is right, she could be like a anti-BT machine kind of thing. I normally don't go in for like heroes that aren't wizards or whatever, but isn't she a special one too? Yeah, the Mask is it's a beguiler, so she's free. Hold on. She's free. 150. She might be the like a Slaanesh version of the Score Seeker. The Lumineth Score Seeker. Alright. I was thinking maybe, but too cute, and then I noticed she doesn't cost a drop, and I'm kind of in. I'm kind of in now. Like, damage 2, she can actually do stuff, and a 4-up ward will randomly keep her alive for way longer than your opponent thinks is okay. I like her. Anti-Score Seeker. Speaking of seeking, the Seeker Chariot. One of the most painful things to put together. Supposedly. The dir face on it. Alright. 1264. Technically has attacks, I guess. And it does the shite roll. I hate it. Has a high move value, though. And it costs nothing. Alright, we've raced pretty far to the bottom on that. For 12 move and some attacks. I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just saying I don't want to play with it. Another type of chariot. The Heywoah. The mask rules, she's amazing. She gets you gold, battle tactics, machine, and her attacks are strong as well, 9-2 damage attacks. And yeah, she's a bonus hero. Great little anti-BT tech and gets you BTs. She is half of take the flanks and take their land on her own, yeah. Yeah, I fought against it when I was first reading it. You could see the progression. I'm like trying not to like it. But it won me over. Once it was not worth a drop, I was on board. And plus it's like a choose your own adventure kind of thing, of which I wish there was so much more in this game, unit-wise, that could do, which is here's something with neat abilities, and you can clearly see you can do stuff with it, but it's not like really explicit. It's just like here's some tools and you can find a use for it. And you actually can. And I think units like that are interesting, as long as you really can. And, you know, sometimes you're given cow tools, and then there's nothing you can build out of it. Shout out Gary Larson for the cow tools alley-oop. 7-4-10. Bunch of bad attacks. These are alright, but they're companion. 4s. Ren 3. Axle blades. It's not only anti-infantry, it's anti-human fingers when assembling it, according to some people in my Discord. Pick up to 3 enemy units that this unit passed across. With a 10? Probably not. Just 1, maybe, if you start close. And then, if you slay any, you get a 5. That's how you get your 5 aboard. Oh no. So you can like charge and pass across them, but this only matters in this phase. Heywoah. 180. Bladebinger, Exalted Hero version. Wizard 1, okay. Ward 6. Whole lot of nothing up here, so you're clearly a barge. Once per turn army or movement phase. Pick up to 3 friendly non-unique Hedonites Slaanesh war machines. Oh, so this is you're supposed to play the war machine army, yeah. Add 1. It does affect companion weapons. No. I mean, I'll look at the points just to... Sure. Units. You get 10 of them. 6 up ward. Oof. 1661. Alright. This is about as low as it goes. Piercing Claws. 2, 3, 4, 1, 1. Damn, and then they have this really cool art in the background here. And this cool art in the background, by the way, is not a Daemonette. Maybe it is. Is this supposed to be a Daemonette? I thought it was supposed to be a, like a hero. Damn. I wish Daemonettes looked like that somehow. Add 1 attack characteristic to this unit's Piercing Claws for the rest of the turn if it charged. Oh, good. Yeah, it has Mark a Corn automatically. So 3 attacks. 31 attacks, 3s and 4, 1/1. They don't have an ability over here. You have to euthanize them and then mortal woundsify them. Or crit mortal them, rather. But man, you're rolling a bunch of dice. You can get some mortals out of that. Yeah, Daemonettes are good. Wait, are Daemonettes good? Hold on. I'm surprised I said that. 110 for 10, 30 attacks. Let's go. And they die to everything, right? But whatever. Chad, is this real? Are Daemonettes good? They seem like, yeah, it's a shitload of attacks for 100 points. 110. Just throw them at stuff. I kind of like them. Infernal and Raptulus, which I've already read. I don't know why. Oh no, the thing on the side didn't move. That's right. Pardon me. There we go. We're back to Daemonettes. You could also play Bloodletters and not have to jump through 5 hoops. Apparently you love jumping through hoops if you're playing Slaanesh. I'm sorry, that's mean. That's mean. You probably resent that. Just as Gits players resent the stupid moon ability and how, you know, whatever army. The thing that GW thinks they like. They're average, they die way too easily. If you can euphoric and get the spell and get them in good target, you could have done that with a good unit probably. I'm paraphrasing here, yeah. Alright, true and fair. Fiends, 4, 5, 10. Once per turn army, any combat. Oh, cool, you get a 4-up strike last against them. Even on the opponent turn, maybe, with a 4-up. That's potentially very annoying. -1 from casting rolls for wizard, whatever. And it's a beast. Nope. Wait, let's look. Fiend. 3 for 150. How much do I want a 4-up strike last? Maybe, on opponent turn. I think I just want to play better and kill them, right? Yeah. This thing is so stupid. And it's got fins. I forgot about the Sega bass fishing fins. And the look at Raphael's sigh on the tail. Gugh. Get 5 of these. These are usually good because they're fast. Anti-cav, interesting. When making run rolls for it, you just get a 4. And you can run and charge if you're euphoric. I assume you cost nothing. You cost 140, okay. 15 attacks, 3s and 4s, 1/1. Kind of fast. 3 wounds. You blow up. 6 aboard probably because demon, yeah. And then glucose or scallion. Wizard 2, ward 5 up. Alright. 18485. Lear Stave of Lothshar. Shoot in combat. You love to see it. Okay. You see 2s and 2s, and you're like, alright, it's 6 damage, but please. Okay. 1 attack. No rend. This is like, this attack profile is a machine designed on purpose to make you upset when you're playing him. Someone is going to be salty about whatever happens when this attack happens. That's funny. 83313, sure. Everything's companion? Yeah, wouldn't that suck if your opponent had one automatic save? It's the most dissynergous like attack in the book. This guy's your Korg. Okay, I get one thing. Leer Staff. I'll take a 6. Okay. Gorge on Excess. Pick a friendly Cyberite unit wholly within 12. Heal 6. Big. That's heal himself too. And 18, 4, 5 up. Man's kind of a little, guo. Crippling Famishment. 7. Pick a visible enemy unit within 18. Halve move or halve run and charge rolls. I really like these things for Unleash spell. I think they're really, really strong. For Unleash spell. Huge. Maybe it's there to bait the save. If you want to call it that, sure, but they still do it and it still works. But yeah, no, you know what? Sure, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. It's actually 500 IQ. They did that on purpose to bait your opponent into getting, spending their save on it. Because it makes sense. I could write some propaganda that made it seem like that was the case. The Grand Gourmand. A different effect applies to friendly Cyberite units each battle round while they are wholly within 12 of this unit, as shown below. Oh, Tides of Death. The effects of all previous battle rounds also apply to those units while they are wholly within 12. 1 to run and charge, 3 to control, 1 to hit, 1 to rend. Cool. This guy's funny. If you couldn't pick between Nurgle and Slaanesh, you just couldn't decide. Easy. Play Slaanesh and then run Glucose. How much of a turtle does he cost? 470, almost a turtle. Getting kind of close to turtle cost. Yeah, make a conversion of this guy in black goo. Make him the Baron. I like him. I think he's cool. What does he actually do, though? Well, this spell's really strong. You'd rather have a turtle? I mean, same. I think he's cool. I don't know. I'd like to see how he plays out. I don't think he does enough. He's a double wizard, though. And he's hard as fuck to kill. Lord of Hubis. Exquisite Scimitar. You first, I insist. Pick an enemy unit in combat. Your opponent must decide whether the target will accept or decline the unit's challenge. The target has strike first for the rest of the turn if they accept. If this unit is in combat with the target when the target is picked, they must attack him. Otherwise, they strike last. That's cool, because they definitely don't want to kill this guy. They want to kill the real thing, and this is like a... what's that? There's a bunch of different magic cards, like Taunting Elf and stuff like that, where you're forced to block this guy instead of that guy. I think that's an interesting kind of rule, maybe. Like a taunt effect, you know. Only the best will suffice. Your friendly Myrmidesh, Painbringers or Twin Souls. Roll die on a 3 up the rest of the turn each time a model in the slain. Roll die 4 up. Inflict a mortal, okay. Yeah, lure effects, in other words. The ancient lure, you know, basilisk style effect. Maybe there's some tech there with him, probably not. But maybe there's some tech there, probably not. He can be free, though, so maybe there's that. Lord of Pain. Yo, 5 up ward on the infantry heroes, though. You'll love to see it. 4 up, 5 up. Soul Piercer Mace. Share the pain. Each time you make a successful ward roll for this unit for a damage point inflicted. So on successful wards, you kick back a mortal. Funny. funny. Disciples in Torment. Well, this unit is contesting, add 1 to wound rolls for combat attacks by Cyberites. Okay. Still probably no. And again, both of them are free. They seem very, like, stationary, though. Oh, there he is. Sigvald. 4-up award. 2 control. 736. 52322. No ability. Powered by Vainglory. If this unit charged, and the unmodified charge roll was a 6-up, the attack's characteristic of this unit's Shard Slash is equal to the unmodified charge roll. I think it should be equal to the modified charge roll. Just for fun, you know? Why not? Strike first if it charged. And no ward rolls can be made. Damn, he is not exciting. 260. I'm like very whelmed. I'm very whelmed by Sigvald here. This should be exciting, and it's just really not. Yeah, he gets like 7 attacks or whatever that are alright, with no ability. And you can't make ward rolls for him, and he strikes first, but only if he charged. I don't know. I don't know, man. He's got a 4-up ward, that's cool. I want to be impressed. Fiend Bloods. 3561. Some attacks. If any damage points are allocated to this unit this turn, this unit can use normal move as if it were your movement phase. Cool. Alright. Yeah, I'm just whelmed. Shard Speaker of Slaanesh. It's this guy. Wizard 1, 6. He has staff. He has a staff. Pick an enemy unit with an 8. 4-up, subtract 1 from save rolls. Oh, that's really, really, really good. It's also really short. And it only works on a 4-up. But if you're taking a wizard anyway. Miss Lurka. This unit successfully casts a spell until the start of your next turn. It can attack with its shadow-cloaked claws. Oh, it can only attack with these if something happens? Bro, I thought he just got all those. And I didn't care. But apparently you gotta do something to get them, whatever. What do you call him? Shard Speaker? 130, hey, alright. If somebody gets absurdly close, half the time this is really good. But only on Euro shooting phase, I guess. He's technically a wizard for 130. And the melee weapon entire box here that I fully ignore, apparently you only get half of it if something happens, but I don't care. Myrmidesh Painbringers. Okay, these are the shield ones, and then these are the fighty ones, right? So there's the dual wielders, so those are obviously the offensive ones. And then there's the ones with giant shields, which are obviously the defensive ones. So Painbringers, 3-up armor, so 2-3-6, Wicked Scimitar, 3-3-3-1-1. Add 1 to rend. Well, it's contesting an objective you do not control. Okay. And you're just kind of guys. Five for 130, 2 for 260, or 10 for 260. Okay. Sometimes you get a rend. And then what about the other ones? Twin Souls. The dual wielding ones. Their armor is worse. 4, 3, 4, 1, 1. 3, 3, 3, 1, 1. Sometimes pulls one around. Is this even better? Statistically, it's pretty close. Ego-driven excess. If this unit did not charge, subtract 1 from the attack characteristic of enemy units while they're not in combat. If this unit did not charge this turn, subtract 1 from the attack characteristic of melee weapons used by enemy units while they're in combat with this. Okay, another Trog Slayer. If this unit did not charge this turn, it has 5 upward, 1 combat. Oh. Point of order. World building note question for Slaanesh lore people. Why are the dual wielding ones the defensive ones, and the ones with big shields the offensive ones? How come that's like that? Didn't they go through all the war scrolls and like give them jobs based on what they look like? I see that this one has a 3-up save, so that's, you know, there is that. And these only have a 4, but then they get a 5-up ward in combat if they didn't charge. And they have a defense buff if they didn't, again. I'm, like, maybe there's some lore reason I don't know about. Because just looking at the models, damn, these are fucking ugly. Maximum Ugmo with these faces. Maybe their war scrolls are switched by accident. Anyway, what are people using? These debuffs seem pretty strong if you didn't charge. But I don't know if they become... Man, they just get a 5-up ward if they're standing there. It's kind of cool. I kind of like Twin Souls. 5 for 130. Yeah. I mean... Yeah, they started a 4-up save, but they get a free 5-up ward if they didn't do anything. And subtract 1 for attacks is big as well. They're pretty cheap too. They're kind of nice. I don't know if I like these guys. I mean, they look way cooler, obviously. And, you know, 2, 3, 6, 1. Some decent attacks. They're like Chaos Warriors. I suppose they're essentially the Chaos Warriors of Slaanesh. And then you get Bliss Borb Archers. 161. A Stiff Breeze kills them, but then they shoot Stiff Breezes as well. 18, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1. And Euphoria works on ranged weapons. How many do you get? Is this the weird one where it's like 11? No. I guess I must have been thinking of something else. 10 for 140. So you're making 20 shots on 3s and 4s, 1-1. Sometimes crit multiple hits or something. They're alright. Good range. They explode, you know, but alright. Bliss Brew Homunculus. If this unit's homunculus is a token, there's 1 for every 10. Oh, that was the 11th thing I was thinking of, was the homunculus. I'm not cracking up. That was that. That was that thing. Relic Bloodlore. Thanks with Big Prime. Appreciate it. TY. -1 from hit rolls for shooting attacks to target this. Okay, I suppose that is your weakness, right? But then if you make a unmodified save of 1, you just lose it. Okay. I'm like, we have to get through Slaanesh. Alright, damn, sorry about these internet issues. I have no control over it. It's just happening. Apologies. Anyway, Relic Bloodlore, thanks for the sub. It's not normally like this. Yeah, I learned that I was thinking about it. I thought I was cracking up, but actually, there was an 11th. It's just now a token that does a thing. I still like them. I still like plus barbs. You can use euphoric on their thing. That's probably good. I hate what these look like, but I mean, this army aesthetically is just like super not for me, right? So my opinions on their models are totally irrelevant. No real lore reason. Painbringers are supposed to be elite warriors, so not necessarily the anvils. Twin souls make no sense because speed was their big thing, so kind of picturing them charging, yeah. Alright. Hell's Triders. If this unit charged, -3 from control scores of infantry. Cool. So they're 5, 6 with a banner? Yeah. So they charge into an infantry unit, and there's 6 of them. Or there's 5 of them plus 1 is 6. And there's 10 infantry -3 is 7. Plus 1 is 8. And so they have to kill something. Anti-infantry. Anti-infantry and then plus 1 charge damage. Decent number of attacks as well. Right. "15 attacks, 3s and 4s, 1, 2. Are you playing... Could you do this? Hellstriders maybe slam. Buff them all up. They have some companion stuff. Run 10. You could maybe do that. Seekers. So 3, 3, 4, sometimes 1, 2. And then companion. 3, 3, 4, 1, 1. Or 1, 2. So 3, 5, 4, 5. Okay, so these guys are just bigger. They're just big. And you can reroll charges. They don't get hornblowers and stuff, but kind of whatever. You pay how much more? 30 more? When it comes to your hammer unit, you just want to do more damage, right? More often. Maybe. And more health, too. Bliss Barb Seekers have some decent shots. Very short range. Scared of that. Add +1 to rend characteristic of this unit's ranged attacks. When they target the unit you should probably be targeting. Okay. Give Slickblade euphoric. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Like, whatever I'm like searching for a hammer that we're gonna put all our buffs on that's like fast and stuff. And so maybe it's these guys. And then we're down to the dreadful Visage. Okay. I've come to the conclusion that everybody else has, I think, but, you know, I would have to, like, play the army as well to figure out more of it. You can find good war scrolls here, fast stuff, damage stuff, cool little defensive ability things. Bliss barbs are good, still. Some quizzical choices. Some people who should be really exciting, but very much aren't. And, like, humongously dropped the ball on everything from this page until this page. Right? Daemonettes question mark. I consider Daemonettes to be like chaff that happens to have 30 attacks. Like, if your chaff has 30 attacks, cool. But I don't think that's like a... I don't think it's going to be your hammer. Well, alright, chat. I have now dropped internet for like 1 second for the 30th time tonight. Anyway.